The number one way for a person to feel engaged in their community is to be able to vote for the leadership of that community. And so study after study have shown when you engage people and get them actively involved in the community, particularly around politics, the recidivism rate drops. The historical perspective is that these bills were passed in the 1870s and 80s to make sure black and brown folks and red folks, Chinese folks, couldn't vote. And here's the reality. The reality is that 95% of the people in prison are getting out. So let's make sure they're engaged. Let's make sure they're a part of our community. Let's make sure they have the skill sets to be a productive person in our community. And let's make sure they have the ability to vote, that their voice matters.
In talking with many of the returnees, they feel good about the idea that they can vote and do the things that other people have done.
In order to be a productive member of society, you got to be able to contribute to society. And I think with us paying taxes, with us working, with us having our driver's license, with us doing other things, being able to vote is being able to have our voice heard.
Yeah, and I did. As I listened to her, the only thing
I felt so hopeless and helpless not being able to have my voice heard in this last election. There are a lot of things that were on the ballot here in Nebraska that hit home with a lot of things that I advocate for, and one of those some of those things that I wanted to have a voice in. And I felt so helpless not being able to have my voice being able to be heard.
Massacre from 1872. And there was a monument there.
If you're invested in your freedom and invested in making sure that you don't go back to where you just were, and you're invested in the things that are making a change, then you're going to be more apt to fight for your freedom and fight for your right to stay out and fight for the right for your voice.
Or hold public office. Why? This is because of a felony conviction.
Yeah, you may sit at home, you may study the candidates, you may pay attention to the laws, and you go tell others. But now you can say, this is why I'm going to, because this is how it's going to help me. Now you're at work talking about these things. Some people study these things, especially people who are reentering. They study laws, they study candidates. They don't even talk about it at work because they know they can't vote, so they're like, why would I talk about it?
One specific group I'd like to focus my testimony on is veterans who have felony convictions. The Department of Justice reported in 2018 the majority of veterans who were incarcerated.
Whenever I get my rights back, I know that the first time I vote, I want my mom to go with me. I know that much.